Hey guys, what is up? It's your girl Gracetorie, and I'm back with a whole new podcast episode. I am the silliest of geese, or turkey, if you will, and I thought that this was going up the week of Thanksgiving in America, but it's going up a week early. So we're going to be grateful a week early, if you don't mind, and today we are going to be talking about American Thanksgiving. I thought it would be fun to talk about another Reddit subreddit where I live these days. So we're going to be diving in r/shower thoughts. I had a lot of fun going through and picking these out because like they're so random. Some of them are like mind-blowing and some of them are just, I don't know. So I hope that you guys enjoy. We're just gonna be cruising on through. Before I jump in, don't forget to follow on whatever platform you are currently listening or watching on. Leave a like, a comment. Engagement takes about 0.2 seconds, is free, and really helps out my podcast more than you know. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump on in. I'm Gracetorie, and you're listening to That Girl the Podcast. Grab a beverage of choice and settle in, because the new episode is starting now. So the first one is, Thanksgiving is the middle child of autumn/winter holidays. Frequently ignored, but still the one expected to make peace between everyone. We all know Thanksgiving is there, but focus our attention on the other two. As a middle child, I'm here to confirm this. Ouch. Starting off a little offended, but it's fine. Despite being the most notable dish, turkey is hardly ever the favorite at Thanksgiving. Which is true, and kind of weird that everyone talks about the turkey, but I'm not a huge turkey person. It's okay, but it's kind of boring to me. We never really ate it growing up. We had like other things, so I'm not a big turkey gal. Thanksgiving is the only occasion that humans can agree what type of food to eat. I think me and my boyfriend can agree with this one. We can never agree on what we're gonna eat, so 100%. Everyone says Thanksgiving is the most forgotten party, but don't talk about the colossal balloons we bring out to march throughout a giant city. Which is true, but someone did comment and say it's because we forgot, and that made me crack up a little. But it's true, like, we have this huge parade, and like, I don't know, everyone's like, don't forget Thanksgiving, but I definitely don't forget it. I think as an adult, it might be my favorite holiday. Like, genuinely, I love just food, honestly. It's the food for me, but, you know. On Thanksgiving, a jack-o'-lantern on the porch is more timely than Christmas decorations. I was thinking about this the other day because I was putting out my fall decorations. I did it a little late, and I was like, is it still okay to put pumpkins out because Halloween's over? I did it on, like, the 2nd of November. And then I realized, yes, Thanksgiving is literally like pumpkins and fall vibes, and I was like, what am I even thinking about? Like, we can still literally carve a cute little jack-o'-lantern, and yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. I definitely had that thought, though. The Super Bowl and Thanksgiving have very similar vibes. Huge amounts of food, check. Football on every TV, check. Sitting in a room with people you only see once in a while and looking at my phone instead of engaging in conversation, check. I mean, true, and they both have very good food, but Thanksgiving is better, food-wise. No one really thinks about what they're going to eat for lunch on Thanksgiving, because you're saving up. Like, I don't even eat lunch on Thanksgiving. I am preparing. We also usually have multiple Thanksgivings a day, because, like, my parents and, like, Josh's family, and then, like, sometimes we go to friends. So we're just eating all day long. Like, usually we eat at my mom's house at like 2, so we're eating fairly early. Turkey is a part of Thanksgiving, but Thanksgiving is not celebrated in Turkey. Very true. Someone also commented and was like, that's because Turkey isn't pronounced that way when you're talking about the country, and had to ruin the fun, but okay, I know I'm not pronouncing it correctly, but it's more fun this way. Pies left over after Thanksgiving act as their own pie chart for least desirable pies. I will stand on the hill of caramel Dutch apple pie. That is the hill I will die on. I would eat that for the rest of my life. Just that. That's all I need. Someone said Black Friday is Thanksgiving for turkeys, and then a lot of people were like, what are you talking about? And they had to elaborate, and they said turkeys that survive Thanksgiving have a lot to be thankful for on Black Friday, and I agree. He's making a good point. No crumbs were left. People always congratulate the people who made the Thanksgiving dinner, but forget the turkeys who died to overfeed us. Damn. That's a little sad. I took a class in college, and it was like an animal welfare class, and we had to look at how turkeys are, you know, and their living conditions up until they are, you know, and it was really interesting, but also kind of crazy. So we had to like literally look at all the laws, look at this facility. We had to do the same thing for cheetahs in a zoo, like look at their enclosure and what the laws were. And yeah, it was really interesting, and it kind of made me really sad for turkeys. So I don't know where I was going with that, but I did have to do that. And now every time I eat like a turkey, I think about what this turkey had to go through and the welfare laws included. Thanksgiving stuffing is stale bread that we make soggy, and we love it, but we hate stale bread or soggy bread. You want to know a secret, guys? I've never had stuffing. Never. My mom's never made it. My family's never made it. Never had it at someone else's. There's just always more food that I enjoy, and I don't have enough room on my plate, so since I didn't grow up eating it, I've never had it, so feel free to clown. There's nothing to eat in the fridge the day before Thanksgiving because you're not allowed to eat anything since it's going to be cooked the next day, which I could not agree more. It was always so hard for me growing up to like open the fridge and be like, wow, I can't eat all of this, but it looks so good, and then getting so excited but getting hungry. We always just ate so much cereal like the couple of days before because that's like all we could have. But then my mom was picky about the milk because she needed the milk to make twice stuffed mashed potatoes. So yeah. A child could be 1 year old but have had 3 Thanksgivings. This kind of messed with my head because I was like, what are you talking about? So the guy elaborated, and he said Thanksgiving isn't always on the same day. If someone was born on Thanksgiving last year, 11/26, they'd been alive for that. And then this year, they'd been alive for the 25th and then turned 1. And then have it the next year on the 24th, then turned 2. Which is true. They would have had it 3 times while they were 1. So that's a little wild. During the Halloween season, trees are all shown as being dead and without their leaves, but during the follow-up Thanksgiving season, they're all alive again with bright and colorful leaves. So, in conclusion, American artists are lacking attention to detail when it comes to making Thanksgiving decor and Halloween decor. Cranberry sauce is the ketchup of Thanksgiving. Also, I don't think I've ever had, I've never had cranberry sauce. I know, I'm uncultured. No one ever says Merry Thanksgiving, only Merry Christmas. Christmas should not have a monopoly on merriment. I'd like some today. Someone said, if you like Thanksgiving that much, why don't you marry it? That made me giggle. Stuffing is a great food that has been completely marginalized into a once-a-year type of dish. Again, no comment. Society has decided you need an excuse to be eating pumpkin. Eating pumpkin not during Thanksgiving or Halloween is weird. This makes me so angry. I literally thought of this the other day, like completely unrelated. And I got really upset because like, why can't I have a pumpkin muffin in spring? Like, lock me up because that's what I want. Also, Panera's autumn squash soup. Why don't they have it year round? Why can't I have squash in August? And I understand that some foods are seasonal, but how much do we eat that's seasonal and we have it year round? So that's not a proper argument. Justice for autumn squash and pumpkin. Peru is for Brazil what turkey is for US. Let me see if you'll get it. No? So Peru in Portuguese means turkey, and also is the country of Peru. And then turkey, the bird, and turkey, the country. So little funny humor language thing there. My Portuguese listeners get it. 500 years from now, someone will uncover videos of the Masons Thanksgiving Day Parade and think we worship turkeys. Can you imagine sitting in a history class in 500 years and being like, what did my ancestors do? They had all of these advancements and they chose to do what? People are annoyed that a business is closed on a holiday. They are basically annoyed that someone is treating their employees well. I wanted to include this one as someone who has worked in customer service. Do you know how rude some people are? I used to get calls and people would get upset. Oh my gosh, especially on Thanksgiving, because like we would close early, but then also we had a Black Friday sale, but only like a little bit of the company would work for Black Friday, like half the company. And so sometimes I would do it for the extra money and people would get so angry. They'd ask like, why is only half of your staff working? And it's like, dude, it's literally a holiday break. Like, sorry they're thankful, or sorry they're like working with their family. I don't know. It would make me so upset because like we would like be would close early like the day before Thanksgiving, and people get so upset. Yes, they were American, and like it was just very, I don't know, it really made me feel like humanity sucked. Like, what are we doing, guys? It's literally a holiday. You know you're getting old when it's the night before Thanksgiving and you're not out partying with your friends that are back in town. That's depressing. Moving on. Thanksgiving is like the grand feast for people who are going into the battle of sales on Black Friday. Do you guys do Black Friday? Honestly, I think we should bring back in-person Black Friday. I grew up eating Thanksgiving and then we take a nap and then we get up around 11:30, drive on down to the Target, the Best Buy, or the mall, and sales would start at midnight. I think that kids have really lost touch, that they can just go online and they start the day before. Like, no, go stand in line like the rest of us did if you want your freaking Barbie for Christmas, because we had to do it. You know how I got my Nintendo? Blood, sweat, and tears in the Target Black Friday line. 2 degrees outside, and my little Polly Pocket looking ass was standing outside waiting for the Black Friday. So, none of this online stuff, you know? When I was your age, I had to walk up and down a hill both ways to get to school. So you should too. The onomatopoeia for turkey is gobble gobble, which is exactly what we do to them on Thanksgiving. I feel like someone's a preschool teacher and they really contemplated that today. Thanksgiving made it socially acceptable to straight up eat jelly by the spoonful. They're talking about jellied cranberry sauce, which again, cannot relate because I've never had it, but you guys do you. The Thanksgiving Day Parade is essentially a 3-hour commercial with commercial breaks in between. They also have marching bands. Are you guys big on watching the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade? Because I am not. Like, never have. Maybe 1 year I've watched it. But people will watch it every year religiously. I had, like, friends who did, and it was never my thing. But I do know it's a crime to not fully say Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade every time you talk about it, so. Life is a subscription, and Thanksgiving is your family's yearly charge. In the US, of course. Or Canada, you know. I see where you were going with this, and I think it was meant to be funny, but a lot of people got in the comments and were like, actually? So, people be ruining people's fun. Again. Thanksgiving really isn't about the food, it's about friends and family. Unless you're alone, then it's about the food. Which, I mean, true, but for me, it's about the food that I'm eating while I'm with family. Like, I get so excited for the food, but also, yeah, I'm excited to see people I haven't seen in 6 months. Like, of course. The day after Thanksgiving is probably a raccoon's Thanksgiving. As long as the trash pandas are happy, I'm happy. So sorry I just called that trash pandas. That's so 2010. Like, I need to chill. Nightmare Before Christmas is a Thanksgiving film. It begins Halloween night and ends Christmas Eve, not giving either holiday a full day. I've never said that it's a Thanksgiving holiday, but I do agree that it's perfect for, like, the time from Halloween to Christmas. Like, it's a good movie for that chunk of time, like November, basically. But I wouldn't say it's, like, Thanksgiving. While thousands of Christmas songs exist, there are no Thanksgiving songs. And, of course, there's people commenting saying Alice's Restaurant, Adam Sandler's Thanksgiving song, Over the River and Through the Woods. But I see where they're going. Like, there's not any notable ones that are, like, traditional, like, Jingle Bells or, like, White Christmas or things like that that we just know. Like, I can't think of a Thanksgiving song like that. Cranberry sauce is the candy corn of Thanksgiving, both beloved yet controversial staples of their respective holidays. I don't like candy corn and I've never had cranberry sauce. I need to stop doing so many on cranberry sauce because I'm not the expert. Thanksgiving is a weird holiday. It's a day that we supposedly give thanks for what we have, then turn around a few hours later and rush around buying new stuff to be thankful for next year. I think that if you're just looking at Thanksgiving alone, it and Black Friday are two separate things. It is weird that it's one after the other, but if you look at the history of Black Friday and the stock market side of it, it is really interesting to understand, like, how that works. So, I don't know, like, I feel like I don't look at them as the same holiday, but it is weird that it's one right after the other, and you go from, like, gratitude to greed so quick. Like, you don't even finish dinner, and you're like, oh, Black Friday. So, I get it. Thanksgiving leftovers probably taste better because you get to eat them alone. That is a hot take. I personally just like Thanksgiving leftovers because that means I don't have to cook and I get a really good meal out of it. But for my introverts, I can understand. For how popular it is on Thanksgiving, it's surprising that people don't really eat stuffing at other times of the year. People are really getting up in arms at not having stuffing multiple times a year. Like, you do you. Just make it. As much as turkey is regarded as the mascot food of Thanksgiving, it's subjectively the least appealing part of the meal. We've already heard that, but, you know, had to say it twice. So those are all of, oh wait, no, there's one last one. The last one. If you serve edibles as dessert at Thanksgiving dinner, you won't have a problem with leftovers in the morning. While I appreciate your thinking, and you are 100% correct, I love having leftovers for the next couple of days. I always take like Tupperwares home and then bring the Tupperwares back, obviously, to eat for the next like week because I'm not a big fan of cooking and I'm young enough that I can still get away with it. So yeah, but I see your thought process there. Anyway, that's it. I know this is a bit of a shorter episode, but I hope you guys still enjoyed. I know it's a little early, but we're getting our gratitude on early because my calendar messed up. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what your favorite hot take of Thanksgiving is. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next podcast episode. I love you so, so much. Don't forget to comment, like, follow, all the things if you are able to do it on the platform you're listening or watching on. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys later. Bye!